This video has been a long time coming, a few months anyway. I didn't plan on doing this tonight. I had notes written out. I may post everything I wrote, but I'm just going to go off the top of my head and stop and record this now. Let's get this out there. All right. Hope the lighting is good for this. Hope everything's working out okay for it. Don't really know. Just kind of talking into the darkness of the woods. So I put this off for quite a while. I know I said there was a video coming out on situation with road riding and everything, but ultimately I decided to wait on that. Wait till it wasn't emotional, wait till I could talk about it logically, reasonably, and everything. But I decided to give up road riding. Now, it isn't any one specific incident or any one thing about road riding that made me give it up. It's accumulation of everything I encountered while road riding. I loved it. It was a great source of exercise and fitness for me. Helped me out, helped me keep my my diabetes under control, things of that nature. It was my therapy in a way too, because it was an outlet. I've given that up. It just wasn't safe anymore. And it wasn't an easy decision. There was one final incident that kind of solidified my decision, but I thought about it for a while before then. It's not worth me going out for a ride and not coming home to my family. Now, the majority of drivers out there are respectful. They're courteous. They're safe. That's the majority. It only takes one to end it all. It only takes one to forever change my life. Maybe I'm not killed. Maybe I can't walk anymore. Maybe, I'm forever messed up and can't come out here and enjoy this. This is where I started biking, and this is where I've returned to. I've returned to just mountain biking now. So you've seen a lot less videos from me. It's not because drivers suddenly became safer or more cognizant or better. It's just because I stopped road riding. Gave it up in April. It's now September. So there's a lot of things that roll together with that. They say, cyclists have equal rights on the road. A lot of times it's right of weight, not right of way. You get bullied a lot by motorists, drivers. And again, it's not all of them. The majority, I think, in this area are just ignorant. They don't see many bicyclists, especially on the busier roads where I was commuting. They don't know what they're supposed to do. They don't realize to give you room. They have no problem buzzing right next to you, which goes into part of why I was taking the lane and everything to try to deter that. But that results in more road rage, unfortunately. But the drivers that are ignorant, they're unsafe to you. They're passing dangerously close to you. If you ride the gutter like people think you're supposed to, you just get close passes all day. That's why you ride out in the lane. Along that white line is just not as good. It's not as safe. People think they can squeeze by you. You're not as visible. You're not as relevant. There's more debris there. I mean, I'm all for riding the shoulder at lower speeds climbing if I can, but that's not always possible. Places like the one place I had many videos of that turn. All the time there. All the time there's issues there. Unsafe passes, road rage, those kind of things. All I'm trying to do is be safe. And people don't realize that. It's ignorance. And unfortunately, that ignorance jeopardizes my safety. And there's not much that can be done about it. I know police resources are limited here, but there's not a lot of action taken whenever something, road rage, malicious, those kind of things, it's just not a lot that's done about it. That accounts for a very small portion of the drivers are the ones that are malicious, the ones that are outright dangerous, utter disregard for your safety, punishment passing you, yelling at you, cutting on front of you, undercutting you. Right hooks are another issue, whether that's aggressive, must get in front, or whether that's just plain stupidity or ignorance, I don't know. Another factor was the distracted driving. My God, the number of people I see buried in their cell phones, not paying attention to the road. It just isn't worth it anymore. And it's not an easy decision, but it's one where I have to not be selfish and think of my family and everything too. So I've returned back out here. I mean, it's beautiful out here. This is a night ride, and I can find my therapy out here, find my peace out here. You know, I don't ride to be fast. I'll never be fast. I have, we'll just say, conditions that limit how fast I'm ever going to be able to be, but that's okay. It's for the enjoyment of it. Unfortunately, I've given up the road cycling. I don't know if I'll ever return to doing any group rides or not. Maybe there's a little more safety in numbers. Unfortunately, it just isn't worth it for me anymore. I've had to give it up. I think driver education would go a long way, but even then, the ones that are aggressive or outright malicious, there's nothing you can do to change that human nature in people. That you're insignificant, you don't matter. People think because you're a vulnerable road user on a bicycle that, number one, you shouldn't even be there, that it's a play toy, those kind of things. And, you know, I didn't get any less road rage when I was commuting to work versus riding recreationally. The logic of it doesn't make sense. I try to rationalize so many things, but this is something where there just may not be a rational explanation for why things are the way they are, why everything's so car cultured. I don't mean to knock drivers or the car culture. I own several vehicles. The largest thing I have, you know, a pickup truck, I pull a camper with it, 29-foot travel trailer. So I can understand both sides of it. I think a lot of people don't understand, and they don't care to understand, because all too often our society's become just too much about self and disregard anyone else. So, video's been a long time coming. I'll still have some content I'm posting. There won't be as much driver education. I'm going to leave the videos that I have posted. I think I'm just going to leave all them up for the purpose of education. The entire reason I started documenting and uploading them. I documented for my own records and safety, but I started uploading in an attempt to put it out there, and I've educated some people, and if I educate some people, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to keep on my ride here tonight, get on home. It's pretty humid, get cleaned up, and enjoy the rest of my night, going home to my family, and going to sleep with my wife, and not risking my life just to get some exercise. Good night, everybody.